You hate that song?
Little bit.
A little bit? Do you
Yeah,
really?
little bit.
I thought you would.
It's a little outdated, I would say, but to each their own.
Feel Good Friday. Wake up, Columbia. Welcome into the show. Joining us in the studio now, Ashley Voller. She's a finalist for Miss Missouri, 20-year-old major, University of Missouri, Mizzou. She's going to be competing as the reigning Miss. Now she's local. She's from Hallsville, and I would like to mention. I thought about this. I want to get, and I won't say who your mom is. Your mom, very well known. Former media personality. I thought, you know what? I don't want to mention that because you stand on your own. Where are you on that? Like locally, oh, this is, she's the daughter of blah, 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 blah. How do you feel about that personally?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get that as much these days.
Good.
I got it a lot when I was little. We'd be in the grocery store and someone would come up to us and they'd be like, oh my gosh, the twins are so big. And I'd be like, I have no idea who you are. And then I'd ask my mom and she'd be like, I don't know who that was either. So I don't get it as much now that I'm 20, but a lot when I was growing up.
Because there's a point where it can help you.
I mean, yeah, there's a fine line between help and hinder, but for the most part, it's help.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So you want to become Miss Missouri, and you're working with, is it Simone Esther?
Yes, Esther's, yeah.
Yeah, so she was here in the studio, I think twice, a couple years ago, and then I'm watching TV Miss America, like she almost won.
Yeah.
So you guys are working together. So what makes you want to get into pageants in the first place?
I like to tell people I started with a really small county fair pageant and ended up going to the state fair, and I got 4th runner-up at the state fair, and so a lot of people in my life were telling me, oh, you're good at this. You can do this. And I was, I don't know. I think I was 17 when I did that one. And so I went through my senior year of high school, and then I went to watch the Miss Missouri pageant the summer of 2019. And I decided, I think I can do this. Yeah. So I went on to do some locals and ended up winning my current title. And here I am a year and a half later. But I think a lot of it was encouragement from other people because I was hesitant at first.
It takes a special kind of person to want to get up in front of thousands of people and do all the stuff that you're asked to do nowadays. And from what I understand, growing up, maybe not in line with your personality.
Yeah, I would say growing up, I would never have called myself shy. But you could ask people from my high school in 9th grade. I was like kind of angsty. Like I didn't really talk to people that much. I've always had friends, but I wouldn't say I've always been like the most outgoing, most vibrant, bubbly person ever. So this was a little bit out of my comfort zone and not who I was. But I decided to give it a shot. And honestly, it's been something I've fit into really well.
Have you ever had a bad moment on stage?
Oh, yes.
What happened?
Oh, my gosh.
Tell us. By the way, our guest, Ashley Voller, she is from Hallsville, repping Mid-Missouri, Miss Missouri pageant. And we're hoping that she goes on to Miss America like the most recent former local gal running for Miss Missouri, won Miss Missouri, went to the Miss America pageant after being here on Wake Up Columbia. And that is a fact. She was here on the show. She won Miss America. That's a fact, right, Andy?
Right on.
That's a fact. She came in second place, Miss America, after she was here again. That's a fact, too, right?
Check that.
Those are facts. Now, are they related? Is it because of? That doesn't matter right now. But we're just focusing on facts like we like to do here on the show. You do a lot of stuff on stage. Tell us about the worst thing that's ever happened while you're in front of hundreds, thousands of people.
Well, I wouldn't say hundreds or thousands of people. I don't know how many people were at the state fair, but I was green when I went to the state fair. That was pretty much my first pageant. I was really scared. I ended up being called for top 10, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. I was super scared. They asked me a question, and I think the question was, how would you better integrate people who are from urban areas and rural areas at the state fair? And my immediate response was, in some way, I somehow said just force them to hang out together, and it was
I love
bad.
It. That's
yeah,
right. That's the perfect.
It was
answer.
bad, but you live and you learn, and I have never had such a bad answer again on an onstage question. So
we've got some questions.
Okay.
So we did the same thing for Simone. All right.
Okay.
So we thought we'd help you out. You're a local kid, local young lady, excuse me, and we want to help you. So we have, and I know your time, you can't hang out here with us all morning on a Feel Good Friday, but to help you prep a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
She's getting nervous, Andy.
Brandon.
Huh?
Are these okay questions?
Yeah.
Are you going to get yourself in trouble?
Maybe. No, they're good. How would you undoubtedly, you've seen the video. The poor girl, South Carolina, 10 years ago. Something about, and kids can't find Africa on a map, and we need more. You know what I'm talking about? Man.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, poor kid. And she still, as a matter of fact, I had a former coworker, because I would still play, because it's funny, and you're not picking on the girl. To me, it highlights the silliness of some of these pageants, which are changing, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I hear you ready?
Yes.
Question number 1. I hear the Earth is going to self-destruct in 3 billion years. What can we do as a community today to help prevent the self-destruction of planet Earth 3 billion years from now?
I have a friend who, her social impact initiative is environmental protection. Unfortunately,
that's enough.
Who can predict? Let me speak, Brandon. Okay. Who can predict the Earth self-destructing in 3 billion years? So to that, I would say, I don't know where you're getting your facts from, but they need to be checked.
I like her. I like her.
And that is appropriate. So you're calling out the absurdity of the question. That's how you do it. That's how you win. That's what you, I think, should do. Is there anything you don't like about these pageants?
I think what I don't like the most is the stereotype that surrounds them, because a lot of people have a negative view of them. And until you've competed or you've gone to watch and understand the work that goes into it, you aren't going to know what it's like to compete. Right. So,
what's one big thing that somebody listening right now on Hot Talk 93.9 The Eagle, what's one big thing that might surprise people about the world of pageantry and Miss America pageants and Miss Missouri pageants?
It's not a beauty pageant anymore. That might have been what it was in the 60s, but Miss America specifically has come a long way. And now we have Miss America 2.0. We've replaced some phases of competition with ones where we're able to be on stage more, speaking about what's important to us and about our social impact initiative. My social impact initiative is healthy nutrition for a stronger generation. As a dietetics student, nutrition is really important to me, and educating others about nutrition is very important to me.
We were talking about this big time yesterday. You've got almost the government getting involved in trying to incentivize people to make health choices about the vaccine. In my mind, that is ridiculous. And everybody here on the show agreed exactly with what you said. Why don't, instead of saying, hey, get vaccinated, you could win $1 million, how about we take some of that money and train people to better take care of themselves? And I'm not coming at this from somebody who's 6'2" and 195 pounds, lean cut. I'm baldy, 50, and chubby. So I'm not coming at this but you're exactly right. Educating people on how to take care of themselves. I want to ask you this because I know you got to get going. So cool. Ashley Voller, she is from Hallsville. She is competing in the Miss Missouri. We're hoping she moves on from there. Remember, here's a fact. The previous Miss Missouri, before she was Miss Missouri, she was a local winner. She was on the show. She went on to Miss Missouri. She came back on to Wake Up Columbia. Almost became Miss America. I am hoping the same thing for you. I'm familiar with their family. They're all lovely people. So before we let you go, I do want to ask this. 20 years old, you're very active. You go to school and stuff, and I don't know your politics, and it doesn't matter, frankly. Do you find, and I'll just ask this question, I'm not trying to imply anything one way or the other. Do you find sometimes when you disagree, if you do disagree with some folks of your generation, folks you hang out with or whatever, Do you find there's at least good, healthy dialogue, or no? And just be honest. It's just me and you, man.
It completely depends on who you're talking to.
Okay.
I think if there isn't healthy dialogue, a lot of the time it doesn't have to do with the fact that they're my age. It just has to do with the fact that they're not willing to have a conversation with someone who disagrees with them. So I think a lot of the time that's the issue, and it's not, it's my generation. It's how they were raised or what they've exposed themselves to that makes them unwilling.
Okay, that's enough. You got us. We're
Amen.
sold. You had us that it's not about age. Man. Okay, anything else? I know you got to go. One final thing you want to say before we go, whatever you want to say.
I would say if you're thinking about coming to watch Miss Missouri, definitely do it. It's not going to be what you expect a typical pageant is. A lot of these girls have put a lot of work into this, and I would love for people to come out and support me and hear me talk about my social impact initiative, perform my talent, do the things that are important to me, and understand how much work really goes into it.
Ashley Voller, that event June 16th through the 19th in Mexico, and I didn't even get time to. So what is your talent? What's the talent that you do?
My talent is Irish dance.
Man, I wish we
can go over a little bit if you want to talk about it.
Do we? Well, I don't want to talk about it since we're live on Wake Up Columbia's Facebook page. I want to see you do it on camera.
I really got to get going here, Brandon. I don't have time for this.
Man.
Neither does Brandon because he's running late.
Sorry. Ashley Voller, it is a pleasure to meet you. Keep us posted. I am pulling for you. Please go see her in action. Miss Missouri, 16th through the 19th, June 16th through the 19th in Mexico. One of your first opportunities to get out, hang out with other folks in crowds and watch this local lady. She's from Hallsville, Ashley Voller, 20 years old. Just what a neat person. Regardless of what happens, we should talk again on some of this stuff. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hot Talk 93 and 93.9, theeagle.com.